If I looked at your calendar from last year, would it tell me what you say matters most or what actually mattered by the way you spent your time? Because here's the truth, our calendars don't lie. They reveal our priorities. They reveal our loves. They reveal whether we're on mission or whether we're distracted. Today, I want to show you a powerful exercise, a calendar audit. It's a simple way to look back at the last year, identify the most life-giving, mission-aligned activities, and also the time wasters and distractions. My wife, Abigail, first shared the idea with me, and it's powerful and super simple. In fact, when she first explained it, I thought, I wonder why I've never done that before. And once you see it clearly, you can make much better choices for the year ahead. So why should we do a calendar audit? Well, most of us plan forward. We make resolutions, we set goals, we buy planners, but very few of us stop to look back. Ephesians 5:15 and 16 says, "Look carefully then how you walk, not as unwise, but as wise, making the best use of the time," or redeeming the time because the days are evil. You can't make the best use of your time if you don't know how you spent it. A calendar audit gives you clarity. It shows you what's working, what's not working, where God is already blessing your steps. It helps you stop wasting energy on low impact activities and to double down on what really matters. So the first step, get together your calendar. The first step is so simple. Pull out last year's calendar. It could be a Google Calendar, your Outlook calendar, on your iPhone, your paper planner, even notes maybe you made on your phone. You're not going to look at every single detail, not every dentist appointment or grocery one. You're looking at the big rocks, right? Your vacations, your family days, your church rhythms, and your retreats that you went on, speaking engagements, travel, launching a business, time with friends, a special weekend trip with friends or something. At a high level, list out a few dozen of the most significant events that filled your year. That's the first step. Step 2, rank each event. This is where it starts to get really interesting. Take that list and give each event a score from 1 to 10. 1 means it was incredibly missional. It aligned with your values. It energized you. It brought you closer to God's calling for your life. A 10 means it was far from mission. It drained you. It distracted you. It ended up being a total waste of time. And let me give you some examples. So 1 would be like first place, right? That week-long family vacation where you actually rested, you laughed with your kids, you reconnected with your spouse, that might be a 1. That's what it usually is for me. Hugely life-giving, hugely on mission, going to church every Sunday, hearing the word of God, worshiping with your friends, serving, that's probably a 1. It grounds your whole year. Taking your son fishing for the day or a day hiking to a waterfall just to clear your own head, maybe that's a 2. Maybe it restored your soul in ways that you didn't even realize that you needed. But on the other side, that business trip where you flew across the country, you got sick, you spoke to 12 people in a half-empty room, maybe that's a 9 or a 10. It drained you. It didn't move the needle. It totally wasn't worth the cost, not just financial cost, but the time commitment. That committee you said yes to out of guilt and you spent 30 hours in meetings that went nowhere, that's probably a 10. It's not missional. It's not fruitful. And who cares if you're on a prestigious board, right? Did it give you clarity? Did it move you towards your mission? You start to see patterns as you do this. So that's the third step, actually. Spot the patterns. Once you've ranked your events, look at the list. I guarantee you're going to start noticing themes. For me, it's usually family time and personal retreats tend to cluster at the top. Overcommitments, poor travel, too many hours in an airport, saying yes to the wrong opportunities, usually cluster at the bottom. For example, maybe you're a small business owner who realized almost every 1 to 3 ranked event had to do with either family or strategic planning, and every 8, 9, or 10 event was a conference that you attended out of FOMO, fear of missing out. That's golden for you to know that. Maybe you're a pastor who realized that preaching, pastoring people, and spending time in prayer were always a 1, 2, or 3, but administrative meetings with no clear purpose often were a 7, 8, 9, or a 10. Or you're a Christian parent, you might see the intentional one-on-one days with your kids ranked as 1s and 2s, while evenings lost to endless scrolling or just watching Netflix were 9 or 10s. That's going to help you get clarity, right? You can't change what you don't notice. And step 4 is use it to plan forward. Here's where this gets really powerful. Take your calendar audit and use it for planning the future. Don't they say something about insanity being the person who makes the same mistakes over and over and over again with no attempt to change it? Now you have some powerful information about what events are life-giving and what events are life-draining. I think you know what to do next. Double down on the 1s and 2s. If family vacations are life-giving, plan them early, plan them often. If your personal retreat day fueled your spirituality, schedule 2 of them this year. Eliminate or redesign the 8s, 9s, and 10s. Say no to events that drained you. Or if you have to do them, redesign them so they're more aligned. For example, if travel wore you out, maybe you only accept local speaking engagements this year. Guard the middle ground, right? Events that scored 5, 6, or 7 are probably worth keeping, but try to improve them. Think of it like pruning a tree. Cut back what's dead, feed what's alive. That's how you grow. And Jesus modeled this perfectly, right? He constantly withdrew to pray. He invested deeply in his 12 disciples, not in every crowd. He said no to the Pharisees' demands. He even left entire towns without healing everyone. Why? Because he was perfectly aligned with his mission. John 17:4 says, I glorified you on earth, having accomplished the work that you gave me to do. We glorify God not by doing everything, but by doing the right things. So here's your challenge. Take last year's calendar, list your major events, rank them 1 to 10, then use that insight to shape this year, because life is too short to keep running in circles. Let's redeem the time. Let's live on mission, and let's step into this next year with clarity, purpose, and joy. Do a calendar audit. Thanks for watching. I hope this helped you. If so, share it with someone who's feeling stretched really thin. And remember, your calendar reveals your mission. So let's make sure it's a masterclass that matches the calling that God has placed on your life. Again, if you liked the video, maybe subscribe, give me a thumbs up, share it with someone else. I hope it was helpful. My wife is the one who shared this with me. I don't know what book she originally read it in, but when we do it, it's fantastic. I feel like I set my calendar so much more efficiently now by looking at the previous year and trying to eliminate the things that were not on mission. I hope you can do the same. Thanks so much and have a wonderful, wonderful day.